Hi everyone, I'm here with James, discussing his wake-up call. James, last night you said you had a wake-up call. What was it?
I did have a wake-up call, or an epiphany. It was that I went to the bar, being a Tuesday, this is a good time to have a wake-up call, because I was at the bar on a Monday night. But I went to play trivia. I wasn't going to drink. They had trivia night, so we went. I met them down there, rather, and things were going well. We were answering questions about Simpsons and 80s music, and I ordered a beer, no harm, no foul, and then I ordered a shot. And that's where this wake-up call that I've had so many times in my life, I think finally actually woke me up.
So the wake-up call started with the shot.
Yes.
Okay, and what did that shot do?
Got me more thirsty for number 2. And that led to number 3, and I think we know where that goes. But number 3 or number 4, feeling good. Trivia night's over. My friends are on the way home because, you know, they got jobs to go to and all that kind of thing, and being a Monday. But I decided to stick around and get to know my new surroundings and meet some people, which is sort of ridiculous considering I couldn't meet or talk to anybody after shot number 5. And that's when the wake-up call came into focus. I don't get up in the morning and drink. I don't feel the need to drink every day. But once that whiskey hits my taste buds, it's hard to stop. And, well, 4 hours later, I was 12 miles outside of Austin on the wrong bus. The buses had stopped running, left my card at the bar, and I had to figure out how to get home. And I had a lot of time to stop snoozing, so to speak, and wake up on that walk home.
What was the big wake-up call? Was it that even though you're not waking up every day having a drink, that you could have issues with alcohol?
Oh, absolutely. Definite. I mean, there's depending on it and not being able to function without it. And I think it's quite the opposite for me. I actually find myself functioning quite well on it. I am so aware when I don't even want to say drunk, because I'm functioning so well. I'm so high, you know. I'm able to pull myself out of situations. I don't fight. I don't talk to people because I know I am inebriated. But I'm so sober in my mind, but so out of control on the inside and in my soul that I'm not. It's just not adding up. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, I should not be that inebriated on a Monday night.
You said you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. What should you be doing?
Which is following what I came down here for, which is to start a new life in Austin, away from Seattle, away from, you know, it's a new beginning, you know. I was basically just carrying what I did out there with me here, and that's not what I came here to do. I came here to get a job, you know, possibly meet somebody to settle down with, you know, and have a good time, go out to the bars, but do so responsibly. Like when I first started discovering bars, you know, you have a beer here, you have a beer there, and then you know when to cut yourself off, and somewhere along the way I've lost that ability, I feel like.
Are there deeper issues that causes the drinking, or is it the simple taste of whiskey?
Both, for sure. There's deeper issues. I mean, it's a little bit on the spot, but certainly, you know, I had a pretty privileged childhood. I mean, I wasn't abused or beaten or anything. I mean, yeah, sure, my parents got divorced, but that's nothing. That's 60% of every marriage. I think the deeper issues are scared. Am I scared of success or am I scared of failure? Is it both? I don't know, because I've never really tasted success as much as I've tasted failure, so I just chalk it up to scare of failing again. You know, that's why I left Seattle. I felt like, you know, I didn't fail. I didn't hit rock bottom or anything like that, but I feel like that it could be imminent, you know, when you start drinking like that.
How would you describe this taste of failure compared to the taste of success?
You know, it's funny, every time that I start doing right and I start to be successful at something, that's when I self-destruct. I don't, you know, you have to, it's always this vicious cycle. I'll drink for a while, and I'll you know, something will go awfully wrong. I'll catch the wrong bus, I'll be out late, talking to God knows who on the street, you know, getting myself in all sorts of precarious situations. But then, you know, I do right for long streaks of time, and then that's when I say, you know, I need to go back this way again and party a little bit over here, and you know, because everything's going well, so I deserve celebrate, or I deserve to walk on the wild side again, so to speak. Yeah, and then, you curse yourself the next day, and then the cycle starts all over again.
So you experience success, and then you want to reward your success with drinking,
Self-destructive behavior.
which counteracts the success.
That's right.
And it sets you back.
That's right. A friend of mine said the other day, I'm much more... I should never have a lot of money, because money is dangerous to me. When I am under fire and I am broke and, I'm almost quarantined from problems of the nightlife, or sequestration is the right word. When I have money, that's a dangerous thing. I have vices, and if you take that away from me, then I get back to being my truer self, which is a good, hardworking guy who wants, best for everybody. But you give me a little bit of money, and I just, it's as if it's just going to come back to me again somehow. I don't know if that's coming out right, but
No, definitely. So your wake-up call isn't going to be this overnight remedy. It brings you to a more conscious state to make better decisions.
When I was walking back last night, I kept thinking, well, how many times am I going to have this conversation with myself? How many times must I have the conversation? And something was a little bit different last night than every other time that I've had this, that I was actually not making excuses for myself for a change. I was actually, acknowledging, and I was more angry versus, worried or nervous or scared that I messed up again. I was actually angry, and I was fully aware that I've had this conversation so many times, and I was facing this at times like a crazy person, talking to myself walking home at 2 in the morning or whatever it was. But it was more, like you said, a wake-up call versus just a nudge or a poke or a little slap across the face, or water on the face. It was truly wake up, this is got to stop.
And what's your passion?
Oh, music. Easy.
So what would you use to help you maintain this state of consciousness, this awareness?
I've coming from Seattle most recently, I thought about this walking home last night. I will never do this. I don't like anything that permanent, but I was like, man, if I could have some sort of a tattoo or a reminder or a bracelet or something to remind myself of exactly what I'm telling myself so I don't forget, because I've done this before, and then, it's all, you're strong for a while, you're strong, you're going, you're doing right, and then you just forget about that night. You just have a few drinks, or you don't even have a few drinks, or whatever, and you just forget, and it's just, the motivation, the drive peters out. I peter out a lot, and I need to keep, if I could bottle that shame and that frustration and anger, and taste it every now and again, so bring it back fresh, that would be something. That would be, how do I do that? How do I harness that every time I'm going the wrong way, or I'm about to make a bad decision? How do I harness that, right?
Well, you can write a little note to yourself to check out this interview on YouTube.
That's true. I could do that.
Because I think there's nothing more powerful than seeing ourselves to allow us to have that reflection that's needed to actually move forward. And to see where you've come from, it creates more of an insight to where you're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And this helps you be more mindful. So
Yeah,
I think wake-up calls are needed. I think that we snooze often enough, but in order to actually take action and to reach our goals and to fulfill our passions, we must wake up. And are you feeling quite awake right now?
I am. I mean, it's eye-opening and awakening. It's also nerve-wracking to have to face demons or things that you've been so good at brushing under the rug for so long. And now to actually sit here face-to-face with somebody who says they're going to put it online is kind of, you can't really run from that.
What would you tell the world?
I would tell the world,
Who's snoozing every moment of their lives? What would you tell them?
be honest with yourself. Wake up. Wake up.
Thank you, James.